Hello everyone and welcome to Build It. This episode will be building from source the Unreal Engine. First thing, let's go to github.com. Then search for Unreal Engine. Epic Games Unreal Engine. To do this, you must first submit a request to be allowed for pull requests. Okay, let's read this. Welcome to the Unreal Engine source code. You can build the Unreal Editor for Windows, Mac and Linux. I'll be using Windows 10. We have a heap of documentation, that's true. Unreal Engine programming guide, the API reference and the source code and GitHub on the Unreal Engine forums. Alright. We publish source for the engine in several branches. The release branch is extensively tested and that's the branch that we'll pull today. Okay, getting up and running. Windows, install GitHub for Windows. Let's see if we have GitHub. Actually, we won't be using GitHub, we'll only be using Git. If you prefer not to use Git, you can download the source. Alright, install Visual Studio 2017. All desktop editions of Visual 2017 can build UE4, including Visual Studio Community. Let's see if we have Visual Studio 17 installed. Alright, open your source folder in Explorer and run setup.bat. This will download binary content for the engine as well as installing prerequisites and setting up Unreal file associations. Okay, let's begin. We'll start by creating a new folder, calling it UE4 source. Right. Now, let's go to command line and do git clone. Let's take the address. Copy it. Alright, this might take a while. Alright, now that it's finished pulling the repository, let's follow more instructions. Visual Studio 17 is already installed. Open the source folder and run the setup.batch. Let's do this. Setup.batch is meant to download all the binary content for the engine, as well as the prerequisites and setting up the Unreal file associations. Alright. I guess that will also take a while. Alright, now that we're done with the setup command, which took a while, and if you're leaving your computer alone, make sure to check it once in a while because it runs the administrator authorization from Windows, which gets the process stuck until you approve it. Next thing on our hand, let's see, run generate project files. All right. Here's the generate project files batch. Let's run it. Setting up Unreal Engine. Done. Alright, let's see. Now we have the solution. Alright, here's the solution file. Let's make sure that we do what they say and run it with Visual Studio 2017. Okay, so it popped this message. Install missing features. .NET Desktop Development, Build WPF, Windows Forms and Console Applications. Okay, so we need to the option to build WPFs. It tells us to install it. Unable to locate Visual Studio Installer. Okay, so we have a bit of a problem here. What we could do is try to activate the Visual Studio installer and install the missing modules, but let's try to outsmart it. Let's see if it works and try and run it with Visual Studio 2019 instead, which already has the needed components. I think Unreal already works in Visual 2019, but it's not updated in the README file in the GitHub. Okay. Alright, let's make sure this stays tabbed in. Yeah, looks okay. Now keep in mind you have the UE4 project file, which contains all of the engine source, and the programs filter, which contains an impressive amount of tools, developer tools I guess. And right now let's see if we're missing something from the instructions. Alright, we need to be in development editor configuration, which we are. Win64 platform, which we are. Let's compile this bad boy. Build. Alright, this might take a while. I'm using a laptop for doing this. It has an AMD 5900 and for shader I don't know if it compiles the shaders now. I don't think so, but if it does, I also have a pretty strong GPU, a 3080. So let's leave it be and come back later. Alright, so if you're first seeing that it needed to build only 49 projects and now it has to build something like 44,730, don't be alarmed, it's just what it needs to do. Alright, now that we are finished building the project, it looks it took us something like an hour, plus all the pulling, setup generation. I guess it's about 2 hours. I would give this build about a 9 out of 10. Everything went fine, went smooth, but it did say to run it in Visual Studio 2017 when we could run it in the Visual Studio 2019, which worked. So that's it.